Hi everyone, my name is Paige Strickland. I am a teacher at Ruth Roach Elementary. I teach 5th grade, and today we are going to be talking about Skype in the classroom. Before we begin, I want to urge you to get permission from your students' guardians to participate in live or recorded Skype conversations. If you have a question on where to get these forms, let me know or let your campus know, and they can provide you with what you need. If you don't know about the ISTE standards, it is called the International Society for Technology and Education. There are teacher and student standards, and what these standards do for us is that they support the digital learning of the students so that they can become ready for a technology world. This is what we live in. It's a technology world, and they need to be successful in it. So Skype actually hits many of the ISTE standards for teachers and students. Some of them that you'll see are digital citizenship, which is how to correctly and safely use technology, creative communicator, knowledge construction, and that's how to research and learn new things using the technology, and also global collaboration. So I'm going to switch over so you can see my screen. Give me 1 second. Okay, so to get to the website, it's a long site, but I like to Google it to save time. So I'm going to put Skype in the classroom. And your first link here, it should be the first one that comes up for you to click on. So you click on Skype in the classroom. And when you click on that link, you'll see an overview screen. This first step is to click now, join now in the right-hand corner. So you see it right here. So you just click it, and when you click on that, it will prompt you with several different options of how you want to sign up. I chose Office 365. You'll put a password in, you'll put language. It's really important information, especially the time zone. It's really important because if you decide to Skype with someone across the globe, then the system needs to know your time zone to tell you how far ahead they are or how far you are ahead from them. So it may not be within school hours where they are. So whenever you click on, after you sign up and you click on it, it should automatically hook you up to your account, and it does for me too. So in these next 30 minutes, we're going to go over specifically Skype in the classroom, but I also wanted to give you an overview of Microsoft as well. I found many resources that you could use. Once you get in, you'll see a gray part over to the left. This is your home screen, and it shows many things that are recommended for you depending on what you've already searched before, things that are popular or trending right now, and so on. You can also filter to your grade level, this purple button right here. So you have your age group, the subject that you might be looking for, the skills. Are you looking for communication? Are you looking for critical thinking? Your language. So if you're in a bilingual classroom, you can actually pick Spanish. And then right here, it has all different types of the things or the resources that you might be looking for. Skype lessons, a different course maybe, and we'll talk about that in a second. So in the next tab is the MIE program, and this will lead you right here. This will lead you to become an expert, a trainer, a Skype master teacher. And Microsoft actually offers courses and resources for you to become one of these innovative educator, in these innovative educator positions, which leads me into my next tab, which is the courses. Here they give you courses, webinars, anything that you might need to learn how to incorporate Skype or Microsoft in the classroom. One of them I looked into was OneNote, which right here. So if I click on that, okay, it has a video on getting you started, and it will give you a course and a quiz, basically professional development for you. So moving on, I'm going to actually skip Skype in the Classroom and come back to it. The pink tab right here, we click on that. This spot is for finding, creating, and sharing lessons. Again, you can filter to your preference to find the lessons that you need, the age, the subject, and so on. But if you decide that you wanted to create a lesson for someone and connect your class, then you would...
Ronnie and Jose, please come to the office. Ronnie and Jose.
Sorry about that. You would go in and create your lesson, and there's actually videos for you to help you for that. Now down here, the purple tab, Connect and Share with Educators, if you click on that, this is for connecting and collaborating. This is an awesome way to connect to others, not just down the hall or across the district, but globally. And see, they have Anderson Press, and it tells all about them, how far ahead they are, and you can click, and if you want to see more about it before you dig deeper, if you click on it. So now for the part which you signed up for, Skype in the Classroom. And I want to show you a quick video to explain briefly the thought process behind Skype. If it decides to work. All right, let's try this again. Okay, it's not going to work for us. That's okay though. So in the video, it mentions that this is live learning. It brings our kids outside the bubble from which they live in. They get others' perspective and opinions. They talk to others, again, not within their own school, but they can go globally with it. So before we get started on this, you'll notice that at the beginning of each page, there are getting started buttons. So if you ever get lost or just don't know where to start, it'll walk you through each of those steps. Under the Getting Starting tab, this is also, there are also resources specifically for teachers by teachers, and again, to help you out if you don't know where to start. So if you're specifically wanting to know how to do live sessions, then that would be something that you can go into. Down here, I recommend this. It's Skyping across time zones. Your time zones aren't going to match perfectly. They may be an hour behind you, or they may be in school when you're asleep. So that's something that you would need to look into before you register for anything. Under the Skype lessons, and again, I'm finding all of these to the left side. This is where our tabs are. You see, again, a filter, so you can filter by whatever type of lesson you're looking into. There are many lessons you can look into. I recommend, again, the filter. So if you click on a lesson that you want, it will show you what the lesson is about, what they will be going over, the age, language, and sometimes even a little bit about the person who's speaking. It also gives you a spot in which other educators viewed the lessons related to the lesson in which you are looking at. So if I go down and I want to learn about the museum field, exploring careers, it shows that it's all ages. It tells a little bit about it right here. The languages are in English. It tells you the categories in which it's in. And down here, that's what I was talking about, the educators that also viewed this. It's related to this lesson. If you go a little bit more down, there's a video for you to view so that you can kind of see what it's about before you register. And when you decide that this is the lesson for you, you click the purple tab, the link, and you register. Now, if it's green, that means it's available. Now, obviously, there's nothing in green for us or in blue. But when you click on it, over right here will give you times in which they're available for you. If you see here, the host is 1 hour ahead of you. Again, this is really important because at the very beginning, when we register, you have to give the time zone so that they can tell you if they're ahead or behind. And down here, you can actually give a message to the natural sciences. You add a message telling you about your class, what you're hoping to learn, what you're going over in class right now, and then you request a session. It takes about 3 days, maybe a little bit less, and they'll contact you about anything that you would need to know. Okay, so I recommend that you at least getting prepared a week in advance so you can introduce the topic at hand and then give them time to respond to you. The next thing is Skype collaboration. And this is not just for teachers. It's for students as well. They talk with other students about what they're learning about or how to solve a problem. It could be as simple as a pen pal. This is a very important skill to practice in the world. You must collaborate with coworkers, employers, clients. These kids need to learn how to talk and collaborate with others, how to relate and work together for the common good, regardless of what background they're coming from. And with this collaborations, you will get different backgrounds. So you'll find some from Africa, from China, from different places around the world, including maybe somewhere across the state. So it's really good that they can connect with different cultures to see where the other people are coming from as well. The next step is pretty amazing. It allows you to reach beyond the walls of the classroom. It's the virtual field trips. And let's see, we'll go to this one. You can chat with marine biologists and ask them questions when he's actually underwater. It takes you places that you normally can't go to. I've looked into rainforest field trips, Egyptian field trips. Really, there's so many possibilities. And this one here is behind the scenes working at a Wyoming State Museum. So again, it tells you about it. It tells you how long the program will last, the ages, what categories it's in, and then of course the languages. And mine says English, always English, because at the very beginning, that was my language for my children. So if you put something different, again, Skype will cater to what you put. If you go down, you will see register for this virtual field trip. Click the purple link. And now we see what's available. So if we decide to do a field trip next Tuesday, I would click on that day. Over here to the right, again, they're 1 hour behind me, but luckily they have time slots available. So you click the one that you want to do. I would click maybe 3. Go down and again, add a message, information about my class, what I'm going over right now, and what I hope to learn from the field trip. And then you would pick request a session, and then you're done. Again, it takes about 3 days for them to contact you back. You can also find guest speakers. That's this tab right here. If you're talking about a certain topic in science, you can Skype live and interview a scientist. Or if you're teaching writing and want to open their eyes past star writing, you can chat with a children's book author. One group that I learned about through Skype got to interview the programmer for Minecraft. And they asked how he programs, which led into coding, how he came up with the idea of Minecraft. And as you there's also one that said the CEO of Tom's actually talked with the class about problems of the world and what they're trying to accomplish as a business. So this is really, it's creating career readiness with the kids. So we'll go down and view one of them. I found one earlier. Let's see, where to go. There she is. Okay, so this is a marine educator, a diver. It tells a little bit about who she is and then where she has Skype before. This tells her availability. So if you're really interested about it, you would request a guest speaking session. And this is like a question and answer session with whoever you're wanting to talk to. So again, if I wanted to do it next Tuesday, I would click the 25th. And there are times, lots of times available for me. Again, you want to make sure, since she is 5 hours ahead of me, we won't pick 12 a.m. because we're not in school then. You'd pick something that the kids could connect with them inside of school. And when you're finished, you would add your little message on what you would hope to learn again and request a session. It's very, very user-friendly. I want to skip Mystery Skype for a second. That's the next one. And then I want to go into Share Your Skype Expertise, which is the one after it. This is where you can create your own Skype lesson. You can host a field trip and become a guest speaker, and it tells you all about how you would do that. So if you get very comfortable with it, with Skype, you can go ahead and learn how to become one of those experts. Now for Mystery Skype. I'm hoping the video works. I wanted to show you a good glimpse of what it's about. Yay, here we go.
In my classroom, I'll grasp onto any technology that can expand the kids' possibilities. Creator, come on up. Learning comes from a teacher that's willing to take a risk and do something new and bring in these powerful tools.
Hi, welcome to Mystery Skype.
One of the key tools we're using right now is Skype to connect with other classrooms. It's so powerful to connect them beyond these four walls.
Are you in the United States?
Mystery Skype's a chance for the kids to connect with other students around the world.
Are you Eastern Mississippi?
No. It's a challenging game for them. They have to critically think.
It helps the kids understand other cultures and other
Are
countries.
you in the U.S.? No, not. Are you somewhere in Mexico? Yes.
It's a powerful tool to see kids learning from each other.
Hey, Mateo, come on over, bring this map.
To see their critical thinking process is far better than any test I can give.
Because in Mr. Dudley, learning seems to be really fun. It's more like a game instead of the teacher telling you this is what we're going to be doing.
It's a team effort to really win Mystery Skype. Do the Rocky Mountains run through your state? No.
I mean, really, it takes a team to do anything. And this is a chance for them to experience that collaboration.
Are you in Baja, California? No.
We can see those light bulbs going off and just that connection that they're making. How better to do that than to actually connect with other kids all over the world?
Do you have dry weather? Yes, we do.
Technology empowers our class to be enabled to learn beyond our four walls. I'm just a passionate educator who wants to make an impact with kids. I'll take risks to try to expand their learning beyond what they could have ever imagined.
Are you in Mexico City? Yes, we are.
Okay, so that's just a glimpse of what Mystery Skype is all about. It is a game to find out where the other class is from, but really it's so much more than that. They can ask questions and they have to research based on the answers that the other class gives them. You're creating problem solvers and allowing the students to collaborate with other class members. All of this while you're bringing geography, culture, climate, language, biomes, ecosystems even around them. And this is, again, a good resource to get students outside of their comfort zone. So we should not just be molding a child to perform in the real world, but we also need to be creating global citizens. And so since that video worked, I'm going to see the first one will work for us.
Hi, can you hear me now?
Yes, wonderfully.
I think Skype is the ultimate field trip where you are actually able to travel to the other side of the world without ever leaving your classroom.
We can Skype with California today, we can Skype with Brazil tomorrow, and Skype in classroom allows us to do that.
This is live learning. This is not something you would get in a textbook or in any kind of newspaper article.
Do you think that the U.S. presence is helping with the elections?
Having Skype in the classroom just allows me to see a different type of viewpoint that wouldn't be accessible otherwise.
When I look at poverty alleviation, the biggest kind of need and opportunity is to get all kids, and especially girls, in school.
Hi, Ben.
We sponsor orphan in Uganda, named Ben, and we pay for his school fees, his food. It feels really good that you help somebody with their life.
You can start to teach the kids right from the beginning. They can grow knowing how to consume information. We came up with a group knowledge aid, but it can have it many more times in the same teacher.
That's cool. The goal is to empower students to play a part in solving some of the world's problems. And Skype makes global learning possible in a way that we cannot replicate.
Wow, there are people out there who really want to better the world
find tools for them to engage them, excite them, and make those connections to the outside world.
It inspires us that we're really young, but we're making a difference in the world.
Yeah.
The more that we can foster connections, relationships, interactions with those outside of their own natural comfort zone, they'll be better global citizens.
I'm beyond excited about the opportunities offered through Skype in the classroom.
And I'm hearing some of you ask if we can do this every Friday.
Okay. So many of you may have used Skype as kind of like a communication device towards someone maybe in a different state or maybe across the seas. But it's so much more than that. Skype in the Classroom brings classrooms together. So if you missed something or if I talked too fast, you can view this webinar again, or there is a step-by-step, like I talked to you, on Microsoft as well, and that would again be under Getting Started. You can chat with someone up here, and they can walk you through it or lead you to where you feel comfortable with. Maybe it's the live sessions, maybe it's just finding a field trip. Okay. So thank you for joining us. And in a few seconds, Kelly will actually be putting a CPE credit link. Click on that and fill out the survey. And I hope you enjoy it. Thank you.